Hi, welcome to Bitcoin Nightly News. I'm your host, Hugh Manatee. My goal is to bring you on my daily Bitcoin journey and share the relevant stories and themes of the day. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow on X. Let's dive into today's big news for Bitcoin. Up first, we got Bitcoin's price today. Just absolutely monstrous day for Bitcoin, breaking through 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89,000. I think topping out at about 89,400, maybe a little bit more. So we're knocking on the door of $90,000 here, which is just fantastic. A big day of firsts in terms of price discovery for Bitcoin today. Just awesome news. All right, let's look at some data behind Bitcoin's price today. So we moved into price discovery phase here for Bitcoin, and I wanted to take a look at one of the things that I really keep track of as we get into price discovery for Bitcoin, and that's the MVRV metric for Bitcoin. This is on the Bitcoin Strategy platform from Rational Root. Really good data here and great data visualization. So what is the MVRV? It's the market value over the realized value of the Bitcoin market at the time. So market value is the total value of the Bitcoin currently as it stands with today's price over the total value of every coin when it last moved. When it moved as a wallet or was sold, anything like that. So it's really looking at whole coins and even parts of coins when they last moved to what's their current market value now. And you can see here on the graph, this white dot is marking all-time highs in the Bitcoin price, but MVRV is still just at really low levels. So you can see here back in 2021 in the peaks and mania phase of that bull market, MVRV was over 7, and then 2017 at the peak of the market, MVRV was over 10. So we are at all-time highs for Bitcoin here in November of 2024, and we really don't see a peep from MVRV here, which we would look to see when stronger holders are starting to distribute. So we're looking for this to shoot up above 5, above 6, above 7 to really show that convicted holders are going to start distributing coins. And we don't see that now. So a lot of gas in the tank for this price discovery move here. Next, the big story of the year, Bitcoin ETFs here in America. So today, the total market cap for Bitcoin ETFs breaks $80 billion. This is clearly and far and away the most successful ETF launch or batch of launches in human history. Absolutely wild to see and really, really, really excited for Bitcoin ETFs. I'll note that I think it's Matt Hogan, and I think it's from Bitwise. He's from Bitwise. He was talking last week about how ETFs are generally a 5 to 8 year maturation story, and that with the gold ETF you had really big launch for that gold ETF, but the year 2, 3, 4, and 5 year ETF flows for gold will all greater than their previous years. So he expects that this volume for the Bitcoin ETFs to continue in greater quantity next year and the year after. So really impressive thus far, and I think we should expect more money to pile in the next few years. All right, so Jason Williams, who's a big Bitcoin holder, and he shares some stuff on X, shared that his sources are telling him that President Trump was meeting with some crypto advisors today, and that we should expect a lot of bullish news for Bitcoin coming up. I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to, but since this came out and I do kind of trust him as a source, I wanted to dive into what Trump has on his crypto agenda for his presidency. Number one is create a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile, fire Gary Gensler, presumably to put a pro-Bitcoin chair at the SEC, name a presidential advisory council on crypto regulation. I think they're going to use that to help build out a commodity framework for Bitcoin, determine whether like the biggest altcoins are securities or commodities, and then probably get rid of and, you know, get at least hopefully kind of mitigate the relevance of a lot of the meme coins and the other 99,000 coins that exist. Stop work on a central bank digital currency, great news. Foster stablecoins, which are really privatized central bank digital currencies, in my mind, digital tokens that are pegged to the dollar by private companies. So that's on his agenda. We love all of it, especially the Bitcoin stuff. The national Bitcoin stockpile, I think, is extremely, extremely massive. I think they're going to use it as a commodity reserve to denominate trade internationally. A trustless, decentralized commodity money that has no counterparty risk to any of the fiat currencies of any of the nation states involved in the transaction. I think that's big. And then we have big story out of Microstrategy with Michael Saylor announcing that Microstrategy has acquired another 27,200 Bitcoin for approximately $2 billion at a price of approximately $74,463 per Bitcoin. They mentioned that they have a BTC yield quarter to date of 7.3% and a BTC yield of 26.4% year to date. And they also announced their total Bitcoin holdings after this purchase, and that is 279,420 Bitcoin. All in, $11.9 billion worth of Bitcoin at an average price of $42,700 or so. So another huge chomp of corn done by Saylor and MicroStrategy. This is just wild stuff. This is going to put some pressure on the market, and he's going to continue to do it. So that's the situation we're in. And lastly, for today's news, Bitcoin flipped silver. Look at this. Bitcoin is now the 8th largest asset globally, topping number 9, silver. Number 7 on the list is Saudi Aramco, and Bitcoin is only about $150 billion away from overtaking Saudi Aramco. And I wrote in a tweet, so Saudi Aramco next, then Amazon, then Google, then Microsoft, then Apple, then Nvidia, then gold. You get the idea. This tweet is really on the premise that Bitcoin is a black hole of value, and incentives converge on this asset no matter what level of business you operate in, whether it's an individual all the way up to the nation state. I think that all roads lead to Bitcoin, and that's kind of the idea with this tweet. That's the news for today. Thanks for joining us on the Bitcoin Nightly News. I'm your host, Hugh Manatee. Again, be sure to like the video, share it with friends, follow on X, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.